Y'all ever heard the expression, check on your strong friends? And that's something to be said about that, because I believe that many strong people, what you fail to do is give yourself permission to feel weak. You don't give yourself permission to be vulnerable, not with other people. I'm talking about within yourself, to admit this hurts me. I feel rejected. I feel abandoned. I feel low. I feel depressed. I am in a state of darkness and hopelessness. And what we do is, since we have been the strong ones in our family, the strong one in our relationship, I really want to talk to the men, the head of the households, for a minute, when the world, especially right now economically, that the world is coming down on you and you're trying to hold it together, and you the strong one, and no one knows what you are really suffering with, and let's just call it what it is. You are suffering in silence. And I believe the problem with that is you are not giving yourself the permission to say, I am hurting. And it is so dangerous, because what you start to do is suppress. You hold it in. I can't tell you how many times I talk to a man and something is wrong, and I say, oh man, that sucks, or and immediately it's going to be all right, I'm cool. And I always say, baby, no, you're not. And it's okay. And that doesn't give you a license to give up. It doesn't give you a license to, throw in the towel, or none of that. It's just acknowledging that right now I'm hurt. And you are allowed to give yourself permission to hurt. I think about Christ when he was in Gethsemane, before he took on the sacrifice for you and I and everyone else. What did he say? He said, my soul is weary up until death. He was sweating blood. He was that stressed. He gave himself the permission to feel, even to where he said to the Father, hey, if there's any other way, that's hopelessness, that's helplessness. And then it said that an angel came and ministered to him. I think about Samuel in the Old Testament, where Samuel felt rejected. And God had to say, hey, they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting me. But he felt some type of way. They rejected him. They didn't want his sons. They wanted them a king. It was as if he was feeling, of course, inadequate, not enough. They don't want me no more. How many people right now are in a divorce or in a relationship, and your heart is crying out for someone, and you have to say, they don't want me like that? How many children of parents that you got to fess up and say, they don't want me like that. They don't see me. And you have to allow yourself to feel that. I'm not saying that what you are feeling is true. You may be totally wrong, because the enemy comes to play with your mind. The enemy will play with your mind and make you, see things that aren't there. He's a deceiver. He's placing lies and discouraging you. And I have to talk real candid for a minute, because I get easily discouraged so often. And so many times it's the enemy planting things in my own ear. And I have to remind myself, just because I'm feeling like that does not mean it's true. I'm thinking about David. Listen, how many times in the Bible was David? Read the Psalms. They weren't happy. They were not happy. It's, my friends have betrayed me. His own son tried to take the kingdom from him. I have, this person betrayed me. This person is trying to kill me. I'm on the run. This was not a happy life that King David, a man after God's own heart, was struggling and suffering with. Come on, somebody. Think about Elijah in the cave telling God, this is too much for me. I'd rather die. So we are in good company when we look at the Bible, and it gives us these stories of these ones who felt hopeless. Think about Gideon. I was reading Judges this morning, where Jesus Christ himself came in the form of the angel and says, hey, mighty man of valor. But he didn't feel like it. Who right now can honestly say that people are coming to you and they calling you big titles? Hey, you the boss. Hey, you this. Hey, you the boss lady. You this. Oh, you. And they're screaming all these accolades, but you don't feel like that, because inside you hurting so bad. And everything looks a certain way, and everything looks like business as usual, but inside you are torn apart and you don't know what to do. Give yourself the permission to cry it out. Give yourself a permission to say, hey, I need to take a step back, and you better pray through that thing. Most of the time, that's the only thing that you can do when you are feeling dark. And especially the way the world is, hey, it's not a lot of happy things happening right now. But it's not happy. Happiness is a state in that determines what's happening, right? You're not going to be, it baffles me how many people, I want to be happy. How? How? You have to find joy in the Lord. And sometimes even when you have joy in the Lord and you know what he's capable of, even the most faithful, well-meaning Christians, you will feel states of hopelessness, helplessness, waiting on Jesus' return because things aren't going well for you. You're struggling with things that no one knows about. And so I just want to send a message to someone who needs it to say, hey, give yourself the permission to feel that thing, because I'm going to tell you something. In order to heal, you got to feel. It's so many people trying to avoid and run, and we are reaching for these other idols. Reach for the blunt. You reach for the drink. You reach for a shot. You reach for a body. You reach for some criminal activity. You reach to hit a lick. You reach for that old ex who didn't mean you no good. You reach for something that's going to make you temporarily feel better right now, but it's temporary. It is so temporary because when it's gone tomorrow morning, you got to reach again. You got to keep reaching. So we are trying to medicate ourselves. And I know because I did it for years with whatever medicine is going to make you feel better about what you're in. And no one knows it but you. No one knows what you are really going through and why. And so many times you won't even address it. And that's dangerous. Hey, address that thing that's really bothering you. Unpack it. Unpack all that baggage and all that muck and that dirt to say, I got to give this to God because I can't handle it by myself. It's too heavy for me. And it is okay. See, let me tell you something. We love feeling like we got to go to God with something, because in the world, you got to have something, right? Come to the table with something. Come to the glass better be, half full. You better come to God with nothing to say, hey, man, my heart is broke. I don't feel like I'm seen. I'm trying to do the right thing. How many of you are trying to do the right thing and trying to live right and you get no reward? I think David said that, I'm looking at my enemies prospering. I'm looking at everybody else prospering. I'm the one trying to do the right thing. And here I am struggling, suffering, not knowing, dark. And it seems like it's going on forever and for ages. And you think God has forgot about you. You think even John the Baptist, there was another one. John the Baptist was Jesus' own cousin. John the Baptist was the forerunner for Jesus Christ. And John the Baptist went to prison for calling out righteousness. Not that he did anything wrong or unjust. And even he lost a little faith in the prison and said, is it really you or do we have to wait for another? About Jesus. Let's just be real human. And understand that you having a human experience, baby. We are all having human experiences and we don't know what that looks like. This is our first time doing a lot of this. So give yourself the permission. Give grace to yourself. It's okay to not have it all figured out. I know your family think you do. Your children think you do. I tell my daughter all the time, I have no idea what I'm doing. You think I know what I'm doing? I don't. I have no idea how that's going to get paid, what's going to happen, this or whatever. A lot of you facing medical issues. You just don't know. It's okay, man. Show up to God and show up empty, but give yourself the permission in the interim. Wow. So you can have the grace to upon yourself to acknowledge that thing so it won't eat you alive and won't suppress, and you won't suppress it.